I'll be exiting America, the divided states, soon, so I'm excited about that. Doing a lot of planning, spending a lot of time with my family, particularly my kids. It's a bittersweet journey, but all of it is for my family as well as the betterment of our people. When you have a calling and you have something that you're destined to do, you have to do it. So with that said, I am just extremely excited. I'm enjoying the weather today. It's been bipolar in Georgia. It's been really, really cold, and then now it's like 70 degrees, which is weird, even for Georgia around this time. But I'm outside just, as always, enjoying nature, looking at the birds, absorbing the energy from the sun and everywhere else. But this is going to be basically a random video. I'm going to talk about different things. I'm freestyling today, y'all. Yeah, indeed. But what I wanted to say is that with all of this going on in the divided states as far as the elections and everything, I just want my people to stay focused. There's no such thing as lesser than two evils. Evil is evil, and no matter which way it goes, these are still our oppressors. No one discussed anything about reparations, the sex trafficking, children and women missing. No one said anything that really benefited us. We were just focused on one thing. So if we can start looking at things with our spiritual eyes and going to our ancestors and just watching nature and just watching the things that are going on around you. There's a scarcity of food that's going on. People are not going to be prepared for it. You can always research it and also just notice the prices of food and things of that nature. I've been telling people everywhere to get non-perishable foods just to be prepared for things. You never want to be behind when things can pop off. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that you're definitely going to want to do. It's just, it's not disheartening, but it's just weird. Like sometimes I feel like I'm from another planet because I view things differently, more objectively. I have a strong intuition about things, so I'm focused despite all of the chaos that's going on around me. I'm centered and I'm focused, and I'm going to remain that way. Just preparing for my expat, my repat, my exit out of the divided states. But just make sure you stay focused. Start doing things not emotionally. Look at things without it being emotionally driven. We're such an emotional people, and people feed on that, and we panic, we fear, a lot. And when you don't think logically and use your intuition and go to your ancestors and be more objective, have a critical mindset, you're easily frazzled. And that's a problem with our people. We're just so emotional and traumatized and fear-based that anything just sets us off, I know there's talks about America soon being locked down again, which will make it difficult for some of us that's trying to exit soon. So just prepare, have plan A, plan B, plan C, stay focused, manifest what you want, talk to your ancestors, and also write down a plan, start planning things, and with the planning, implement action, because nothing will happen. Some people pray, and do all these things, and it's like, okay, I put my hands up. But no, you have to actually put the work in for whatever you're trying to manifest. So that's important. I'm trying to think. My plane ticket is already booked. It's been booked for some time now. I've just been spending time with my family, buying little things that I need, like vitamins, herbal vitamins, and things of that nature, to make sure my immune system keeps up, and just little things. Eventually I'm going to be shipping some things, and it's not like furniture. I'm not bringing all that. It's just bringing some things that's for my business, or some things that reminds me of home. So I basically downsized a lot. Let me go back a little bit. I actually left my apartment. I moved in with a family member for a little time, just to get everything situated. Gave most of my stuff away free, not a very materialistic person in that way. Things can always be replaced, and I've learned that sometimes simple is better, so working on that as far as shipping my things and finding a reasonably priced shipper. What else? I've met some amazing people on ground in different countries, but also the country that I'm going to. So I'm excited. I know it's going to be a long flight, but I'm ready. Honestly, sometimes I got a little emotional because of the fact that, this is the first time that I'm away from my family so far, and particularly my children and my 2 grandkids. But if anyone is going through anything like that, just remember that when you have a calling, just know that you're doing it for them, and your family will follow. But other than that, I'm extremely, extremely excited. Trying to think, what else am I forgetting? It's just so much going on. As far as other things that I'm bringing like a universal adapter, an outlet, herbal remedies that keep my immune system up, and I'll put some of them that I'm buying. I'll put it down in the description part. But those are things that I'm bringing. I'm bringing my blender because I went vegan, and I wanted to make sure that I had, a good blender. But I've been feeling energized. I've been feeling great. When the blue moon came, I was just energized even more than before. So I'm just so focused, and just I'm living this existence, this human existence, and just standing still in the midst of chaos, so that I can go ahead and do what I have to do, and just do what I'm called to do. I'll put it that way. I've been studying a lot, training, teaching my kids a lot, and preparing them for a lot of things, things that I've intuitively felt that's going to happen while I'm gone here. So I'm preparing them for that, which is important. One thing that we taught them a lot of spiritual things, as far as different frequencies, even the types of music that you listen to, the frequencies, connecting with their ancestors, meditations. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not bound to any religion. There's a few African-centered ways of life that I've learned from, so I've incorporated it in my life. These are things that I've learned from my mother. These are also things that I've learned on my own, because I was always a knowledge seeker. And I didn't feel, um, I never felt comfortable or conformed to any type of religion. And that's just, I can only speak for my own existence and my own experience and my own mindset. So I just have a different perspective and an understanding of things. And I'm good with that, even if other people or very few people have the same views or similar. I'm okay with that. You know, that's just life. People have different spiritual paths, and people are on different spiritual levels, you know, so, and that's my thought about that. The people that are staying, just make sure you get non-perishable foods. Just be more focused. Look outside and research things outside of the U.S. There's a lot of information out there that that's not privy to us. So just be aware of your surroundings, and I mean globally, as much as you possibly can. You know, I believe and I know that karma is a universal law, no matter what religion a person partakes in or a way of life. And the foundations of America is rotten to the core, and there's got to be some type of accountability. There's so many things going on over here, as far as like the weathers, the storms that are coming through, nature's reacting to things. It's just, you know, but people are so distracted with the things that the powers that be want us to be distracted by. But if you can just focus, just one day, just, you know, go outside and just, you know, just focus and go within yourself and begin to see, you know, observe, analyze things, and you'll be able to see things clearly. When I tell people things like this, I'm like, you know, I tell people over and over again, even years ago, I would tell them things, and now things are actually happening. And these are things that I weren't necessarily taught. These are things that I may have had visions of, or just intuition. Sometimes I'll say things to people, and I'm not certain why. And I've learned to trust my intuition and go with the flow, because everything is purposeful and there's a reason for everything. So, you know, I'm saying this for my people, is that we are a manifestation of greatness. We are more powerful than we have been taught. And we need to know that. It needs to vibrate within us, and outside of us. This is why we're attacked all the time. This is why many attempts of destroying us takes place now and throughout history. And if we can only just understand and overstand who we truly are and how we have power over our destiny, and wake up. One of my favorite movies, two of my favorite movies, when I was a child, I watched it over and over again. And then as an adult, I saw it, and I'm like, I was definitely a unique child. It's called The Dark Crystal. And even when it came out, I was just sitting there just like vibing with it and analyzing it. And another movie that I love is The Matrix. I've probably watched that movie about 50 times. And each time I get an addition to the original perspective that I had the first time that I saw it. So it's just like an accumulation of just knowledge and things that I'm seeing. This matrix is real. This matrix is real. And, you know, people are wanting to stay within it. People choose, for some reason, ignorance as it's a shield of what can possibly happen. And I tell people that all it does is just make you not prepared for anything that comes for you or to you. You just won't be prepared. And then with people like that, their lower being sides, their animalistic side will kick in. That's the survival, animalistic part of us, our ego, our lower being self. So, with that said, just stay focused. I'm excited, like I'm doing my little dance. If I if I would probably do the Running Man in a second, but I'm just excited about my new journey and knowing that I'm manifesting my greatness. I'm doing what I'm ordained to do. It's an amazing feeling, you know. It's kind of a feeling where the unknown is the unknown. You just don't know what's going to happen next. You just have to stay focused on it and not fear. And I'm not feared. I know that I have a calling. This is a calling that I knew about as a child, and a few times I was reminded as an adult and a late teenager. So now I'm here. I'm standing on my purpose. And that's another thing. You need to focus on what you're ordained to do. If you don't know, speak to your spiritual leaders. I mean, real spiritual leaders, like people that are African centered. They can do spiritual readings and things of that nature. Or some people are gifted to already know what their calling is. They have visions and things of that nature. Don't question it. Don't question your intuition. Just stand on your purpose and do what you're ordained to do. I am just at a happy place right now. I don't know if you could tell. I'm at a happy place, healthy, and my mind, my body, and spirit is in a good state. In the midst of all of this chaos that's going on in America and actually globally. There's so many things going on with this vaccinations and, martial law. There's talks about COVID passports. I've heard from people having chips, nanotechnology, and the vaccinations. There's so much going on, or theories or whatever. But what you need to do is to do research. Don't make decisions out of fear. I won't say the dumbest thing. Actually, I will. That is the dumbest shit ever, is to base all of your actions and your thought patterns based out of fear. And this is a tactic that's been used over and over again with our people, even during slavery and things of that, even before then. It's just a method of controlling. If you fear someone, they're going to be so paranoid. They're going to be easily controlled by you, right? So it should make sense. So another tip that I have is just to question everything. I've always been like that. When I was every religion that I've visited, I would question, particularly like the Baptist, the Christian pastors. I would always ask questions, and eventually they got tired of me asking questions, and they told me it just no. Well, you should always ask questions and seek the answers. There is an answer for everything. Whether they teach you that or not, there's an answer for everything. You may not like the answer, but there's an answer for everything. So just stay focused. Trying to think what else. In regards to booking your flights, be mindful of third parties, and do your due diligence as far as looking on the websites for the different airlines. Some of those airlines, they're booking flights, but they're not even flying to Africa or anywhere, but they're taking our money. So just be mindful of that. Also, I know internationally, most of the flights are asking for a non-COVID, a negative COVID certificate. And it has to be, the test has to be taken within 72 hours of flying, and the results in within 72 hours. And you know that a lot of the places in the divided states, they have backlogs, or it takes longer. So you're gonna have to do your due diligence as far as finding the place that can do the test and to have the results and everything before you fly. I'm trying to think. Yeah, just make sure you take your immune boosters and things of that nature on the flight. I can't think of anything else offhand. I'm sure I'm going to have, maybe I'll do a video just for the things that I'm going to be taking, particularly in my carry-on bag. Things that I suggest. What do you think? I think it'll help. It'll help people, definitely. And once I touch ground, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up. I have no problems at all. I have a big heart, and I love helping people. And I don't hoard knowledge at all. That's something that we have going on with our people always. A lot of people will hoard knowledge, and they won't share it. You know, you don't have to share everything if you don't want to, but you can help and uplift someone, or at least put the person in the right direction so that they can do what they have to do. But I can't wait to board that plane. My oh, another thing which is important, my oldest daughter is getting married, so I'm excited about that. They wanted to make sure that they got married before I left, so I'm excited about that. I cannot wait to see. I know my clean ancestors, and particularly my mother is extremely happy. She has a good one. She has a great one, and it makes me feel so much better knowing that he will take care of the family, my children, her siblings, and I won't have to worry. I know that he will take care of them. I mean, no doubt about that. So that actually was a huge burden off of my chest because I was concerned about that. So, well, this is probably the longest video that I've made. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want any subjects that you want me to talk about. But I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace. One more thing. I always forget this. Please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.